you, I have a terrific recipe for you today. It's my braised short ribs, and these short ribs are so tender. Oh my gosh, they fall off the bones. And guess what? It is minimal hands-on time as well. You guys, I will have all of your ingredients listed below. And without further ado, let's get started on this. So first, I'm just trimming my short ribs. I'm taking off all the excess fat, and I just want to show you how I'm doing that. And next, I am seasoning my short ribs with salt, pepper, granulated garlic, and granulated onion. So I have some easy OO in the skillet, and now I am actually trying to put a little sear on the edge of all four sizes. I want there to be a little bit of crust on all of the edges. I'm not cooking till done. I'm just browning the meat and locking in a little bit more flavor. So now I've put in my vegetables, which is just celery, onion, and carrots. And I'm just stirring that around. I'm adding in a little bit of butter and a little bit of Dijon mustard. I am building up some flavors here, you guys. It's all about building these flavors. So now I'm adding in some tomato paste, and then I'm gonna add in a little bit of beef bouillon. And I'm gonna stir to combine all of that. Now that is the basis of all of my seasonings that I'm gonna be using in this dish. So the next thing I'm gonna be adding in is some Cabernet wine. So if you don't want to use the Cabernet, you can use whatever red wine that you like. Just make sure it's not high in acidity. So now I'm adding in a whole bulb of garlic. Now I did not peel the garlic. It's not necessary because I'm going to drain all this stuff off later, which you'll see. So now that I've cooked that a little bit in just to build that flavor up in my broth, I'm adding back in all of the short ribs and all of the juices that it rendered in the dish. And I'm just nestling them in, and I'm moving. The vegetables can be on top. I just kind of want the meat into the sauce a little bit. And now I'm adding in some beef stock. So now I'm adding in some thyme, some rosemary, and some bay leaves. I'm gonna put it in the oven. I'm gonna let it bake at 350 degrees for 2 hours, and then I'm gonna reduce it to 325 and let it bake for another 30-45 minutes. But guess what? I didn't even get it out before it was done. Look at that. You guys didn't wait not a second. And look how tender and fall off the bone it is. So I removed all of my short ribs out of the broth, and I want to let it cool. So I let the broth cool as well. And so now I'm straining it into a strainer, and I'm going to discard all of the vegetables. What I'm looking for is just the broth. And so that's what I'm gonna do. Everything else, I'm discarding and throwing it away. So I want to separate the fat from the broth itself. So I'm going to chill this. But I'm not serving this until tomorrow. I'm kind of heads up for my dinner. So it's gonna sit in my fridge overnight, but you don't have to do that. So now that my short ribs have cooled down, I am removing that gristle skin and the bone to make it an easier eat for me and my mom. And plus, I just don't like it on there anyway. So anyway, now that it is cooled, now you see what I was talking about with the fat. I don't want that fat, so now I'm going to scrape all of the fat off of the top of the broth. And then my next step is to rewarm it. So I'm going to warm this, and I'm going to cook it down I'm going to let it reduce. That's how I get my sauce. In the meantime, just in case my sauce doesn't thicken the way I want, I'm taking some butter and some flour, and I am incorporating. Unfortunately, look at this butter. It is so freaking cold. I am working my butt off to get it there. But here, look, I got it there. But it was some work. I think I even bent my little fork. Anyway, long story short, I'm gonna add this to this broth or my sauce. I need to stop saying broth now because now it's a sauce. So now I've added it in. Now I'm tasting it. Now you wanna taste it because once you reduce it, it can get salty, be too salty to eat or not. But you're not gonna know until you reduce it. If it's salty, add some water to it. It will fix it. I promise you it'll fix it. Just add enough until it's not salty. I added in some crushed red peppers because I needed a little pop in there, a little bit of heat, but you don't have to do that. And then I'm just going to warm back up all of my short ribs. And guess what? They are done. Guess what? Here is the plate. Like I said, those fall off the bone, super tender short ribs. Oh my God. You guys, I promise you this dish is delicious and you will want to make it again. I want to thank you for watching. If you've not subscribed, subscribe. If you haven't given me a thumbs up, you need to click that button right now. Thank you again for watching and enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Don't forget to click thumbs up and subscribe so that you can get all of my new videos. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.